I need to know what you know about this. Can anybody answer that question? Yes, sir.
The inverse, you change it into a fraction, flip it upside down, possibly put a negative in front of it, or change the symbol. Or am I incorrect?
I think on some inverses you would be correct, but I'm looking for a general description of an inverse. And that's what I'm trying to figure out if you guys know that.
Whatever it is, divide by over 1. Or 1 over whatever.
Oh, I
it is.
think you're thinking reciprocal.
Oh, yeah, I probably.
And a
am.
reciprocal is a type of inverse. I'm not disagreeing with that. And that's an actual, probably a good thing to be thinking about today because we'll be using it. But, does anybody know the general definition of an inverse?
It's just opposite.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
Okay, let me give you this. I think one of the most basic things in math is an ordered pair. Would you agree? Okay, and, oh, let me say I have a -2, 4. So that means this is the x value, this is the y value, this is the input value, this is the output value, correct? Okay? This has an inverse. Does anybody know what the inverse is?
4 -2.
It is 4 -2. Okay? So what did you do?
Just flip them around,
Okay, what did you flip around?
the X and the Y values.
Okay. So over here I have x, y, and then over here it became yx, correct?
Yep.
So the inverse here, this 4 -2, this is the x value for the inverse. Would you agree?
Yep.
Everybody okay with that? Okay, so we have functions. Let me write it this way. This creates a set of ordered pairs, right? Okay? Audrey, I see you nodding. Are you cold?
X equals y squared.
Okay, so that means I can generate some points. Audrey, 1 what? 2 what? 3 what? I'm gonna be edgy now, you ready? -1. 1. Now, its inverse I would take those set of ordered points and I'd switch them, right? Correct? 1, 1, 4, 2, 9, 3, 1, -1. Would you agree? All right, so, Matthew, you said something just a second ago. What did you say?
X equals y squared.
X equals y squared. So you're interchanging, you're switching the x and the y, correct? So that means over here, the inverse would be y equals what?
Square root of x plus or minus.
Plus or minus the square root of x?
Mm-hmm.
Would people agree with that? So in other words, if I put 4 in here, would I get 2? I would, wouldn't I? In fact, down here I would have a -2, 4, and over here it'd be 4, -2. Would everybody agree with that? Okay. Everybody okay right now? So I have, everybody knows that the graph of this, hopefully you know this, that it looks like this. That's y equals x squared. Its inverse looks like this. Everybody okay with that? 0, 0 would be here, 1, 1 would be here, 1, negative 1 would be down here, 4, 2 would be here, 4, negative 2 would be down there, correct? It's not a function, but I don't care about that. But I have tangent lines, correct? I can draw tangent lines on this graph, I can draw tangent lines on this graph.
So
correct?
that's why we need the chain rule.
Well, just wait. Okay. So I'm gonna create a tangent line at the point 2, 4. Colin, what two things do you need to create a line? Point and a slope. I have a point. It came from here, correct? How do I figure out the slope? Not sure? That's fine. Okay, anybody know how to figure out the slope? Yeah, say it again. Yeah, I'm gonna find the derivative of y squared, correct? And the derivative of y squared is what? Say it again.
2y. D.
2x, right? Everybody agree?
Oh, yeah,
This
that's-
computes the slope at any x value on this graph, correct? So that means now I'm gonna take into y prime and I'm gonna put in the number 2 and I'm gonna get a slope of what? 4. So the equation of my tangent line is equal to 4 parentheses x minus 4 plus 2. Are we okay with that? I see people nodding affirmatively.
No,
All right?
let's see.
Now,
Wait, I'm confused. 4. Yeah, I got the 4. I got x
Oh.
plus 2.
this is wrong.
X plus 2, and I got y minus 4.
It should be this. Are you not unconfused now?
Yeah, I put it in the normal tangent line format. I stopped doing the mx plus b. I realized it's very hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, I had made a mistake. Everybody see the mistake? I had the wrong way. Okay. So now I'm gonna come over to this side, the inverse side. This has an inverse. Its inverse is 4, 2. Correct? Right? I'm going to come up with the equation of the tangent line at the point 4, 2.
You're gonna get 2 tangent lines.
Ella, what two things do I need to have a line? Okay, I got a point. How do I figure out the slope? I'm going to take the derivative of, and I'm going to use this version. You know why I use this version? Because y is positive, correct? Right, would everybody agree with that? Okay, and the derivative over here is what?
1
Ella.
over 2 square root of x.
Okay, is everybody okay with how quickly she did that?
Yep.
Okay, because you're going to have a negative 1/2, which simply means we're a lot more comfortable with negative exponents and fractional exponents now, right? So what am I going to do, Ella, to figure out this, the slope of the tangent line at this point?
Put 4 in for x.
Put 4 in for x. So I'm going to take my y prime, I'm going to put 4 in there. I'm going to have 1 over 2 times the square root of 4. Is that correct? And what do I get?
1/4.
1/4. So the equation of my tangent line on this side, the inverse side, okay, this is the inverse side, correct? Is equal to 1/4 parentheses x minus 4 plus 2. Would everybody agree? Okay? The cubic. Grace, can you give me a point that's on this curve?
Two,
2, 8. Not my favorite, but 8's okay. Did you know 8 is really 2 3s? You ever been told that? People don't believe me. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Right down the way. Okay, 2 3. 2 8, he said.
Looks
Okay.
like upside
Everybody
down
would agree with that?
Frosty impaled on the.
Okay.
Looks like upside down Frosty impaled on a stake.
We are going to come up with the equation of the tangent line at 2 8. What do I need, Callan, to come up with an equation of a line?
Point and slope.
I have a point.
Take the-
Grace gave me a point. She did not give me the slope. How do I compute the slope?
Take the derivative of y,
Take the derivative of y. What is the derivative of y?
3x squared.
And what am I gonna plug into that?
2.
What?
2.
2. And that's gonna give me what?
12.
12. So the equation of this tangent line is 12 times x minus 2 plus 8. Would everybody agree with that?
The inverse is y equals the cube to the x.
Oh.
Dude, it's,
Y equals
it's
the
not.
cube
Sorry.
root of x.
There's no
Would
plus
people
or,
agree with that?
There's no plus or minus due to the fact of being cube root.
Because it's an odd,
Yep,
okay?
I was trying to say that.
Everybody agree with that? Do I know my point, Maria? This is the inverse side, by the way. Inverse.
8, 2.
8, 2. Do I know my slope? Does anybody know my slope?
I'm finding it as we speak. Actually, it is 1/3. It is 1/3 x to the negative 2/3 power.
Would everybody agree with that? Owen, would you agree with that? It's not as nice as the square root, is it? So it looks like this. When I put x in here, I'm going to have 1 over 3 cube root
Of x squared.
of x squared. Would you agree with that, Owen? It's kind of messy. And what are we going to put in there, Owen?
8.
8. Ick. That's a big number. And that means I'm going to have 1 over 3 times the cube root of 64. Do you see where I get 64, Owen?
Yeah.
Right? 8 times 8 is 64. Do you know the cube root of 64? Owen?
No, I realized something else entirely.
It's either 2 or 4. 4.
So it's 2 times 2 times 2. Is that 64?
No.
No.
4.
4 times 4 is 16, yeah, it's 4. So now I get 1 over 3 times 4. This is a lot of work, isn't it?
I know the shortcut.
And what do I get?
112.
112. So the equation of my tangent line is 112 x minus 8 plus 2. Would you agree?
Can I say the secret now?
We'll do it again.
Come on.
Y equals x to the fifth. Okay? I'm gonna pick a nice one, because I don't want people out there stressing out Tyler. I'm gonna pick the point 2 comma 32. 2, 4, 6, excuse me, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay, agree with me? I gave you a point. You give me the slope. And I'm gonna put what in there?
The slope is 80.
And that's what?
The slope is 80, and the inverse slope.
Don't take the wind out of my sails. I'm cruising.
Sorry.
Can you give me the equation of the tangent line? Is everybody okay that it's 80? 16 times 5 is 80. Okay. Okay, will you give me the equation of the tangent line?
80 times x minus 2 plus 32.
This is the inverse side. Matthew, is there any work to do?
No, you just put 1 over our original tangent slope.
So what should I write here? Is this giving me all the information over here?
Yeah.
What is it?
The answer is y equals 1 over 80 x minus 32 plus 2.
So, this is always in this form. Right? I think Tyler said plug 2 into here, right? That's my C, right? X minus C plus F of C. Would you agree? Are we okay with that?
Okay, I'm looking right now.
This gives you the what? This is the derivative of F with C put in it. It's some number. In this case, it was 80. This was the derivative that Tyler gave me, and he told me to plug 2 in there, and you told me it was 80. That's what this is. That's why I put a little prime symbol there, correct? This is x minus 2. This is 32 because when you take 2 to the fifth, you get 32. This is my f of x.
Oh, I get it, because I was just realizing f of prime. See, I thought that was just I thought that was the derivative as its whole. It's not.
Okay. Everybody okay with me on this? So over here, another name to write inverse is f with this little minus 1 up here, right? Have you seen that before? It has a tangent line. It has a slope, but its slope is 1 over this thing, correct? It's 1 over this thing. Matthew said this was 80, then he said it's 1 over 80. So it's going to be this thing right here. Now, this was not 2, was it? It's the y value. It's this thing right here, correct? Plus c. This was 2. This is my 2 over here. Everybody follow that. Okay? Callan okay? Alrighty. So you're going to see me do these problems in a particular way, because sometimes it can get confusing. So I'll create 2 columns, one called the function side, one called the inverse side. Does that make sense? All right, let me hand out the notes.
This is very fun. Sorry for trying to steal your thunder.
No.
I know this probably means a lot to you.